So when you pull up, this is what you'll see. This is the main entrance to Elmcroft. As we go up, I just want to show you a couple little areas. We just got permission to start doing visits with our residents, as long as all safety precautions are maintained. This is our outside visitation area where we can schedule up to 3 visitors and the resident. And then we have a little code on the door so we can control who has access to the building. We have been very diligent on our safety protocols. So as soon as anybody enters the building, and that includes employees and healthcare workers, we take their temperature, they fill out a questionnaire, and we make sure that there's not any chance of them bringing COVID into the community. So we also have an inside visitation booth that we have just, again, gotten approval. So inside we can have up to 2 family members visit, and then the resident would, either sit in the chair, or if they're in a wheelchair, we'll just roll it up to them. So this is the main living room. It's where we do a lot of our small group activities. A lot of the residents will just sit around and chat. We also have a piano, and several of our residents can play. Everything from gospel to Stairway to Heaven have been played on that piano. So this is our library, and right now one of our residents is getting her nails done, so she continues to look pretty. But we also, residents can come here and borrow a book. Once we're allowed to have outside visitors again, we do different activities here. Church groups come in and do worship services. Scouts, both Boy and Girl Scouts, come in and work with the residents. And then we also have a computer and a couple of the Facebook portals so that we can provide video chats between our residents and their families if they would like to do that. We do have a really nice interior courtyard. It's kind of nice because it's completely surrounded by the community. We don't have to worry about, again, outside people bothering our residents, and it's safe, so we don't have to worry about our residents potentially wandering off. They can come out here anytime they would like. And there's lots of shade trees. These trees were planted 20 plus years ago, and now we're getting the benefits of them. We have several picnic tables with umbrellas, so even if it's a hot summer day, the residents can come out here and enjoy the warmth and just the sunlight. Get a little vitamin, I guess that's vitamin D. We do also have a garden. One of our residents has been tending to this, and I think all we have left at the moment is eggplant, but we've had eggplant, tomatoes, peppers. Oh, there's been a variety of things. I think we had broccoli and cauliflower at one point, but we do try to use that in some of our meals. So not only does it give the residents the ability to show off their green thumb, but it's also something we can serve back to the residents. So this is our dining room. Unfortunately, right now, it's not being used very much because we are practicing social distancing. But as things open up and as the state allows us to do more, we intend to start using this more often, not only for meals, but also for larger group activities. So there's always 2 weeks worth of menus posted so residents can see what's coming up and maybe find one of their specialty items that they really like. A couple things I want to point out. We have what's called Port of Call, and every month it's a different city, country, area around the world, so it gives the residents a chance to learn more about the culture of those different areas, as well as they get to try some of the foods from the different areas. This month is the Pacific Northwest, and I am really hoping that we get to have some salmon. Oh, and looky there it is today. So for lunch, there's always a daily special. For dinner, a daily special. If they don't like the special, there's still lots of choices. This always available menu kind of slowly rotates so that it doesn't get stale, but it does give the resident, 6-7 choices for every meal if they would like that. And we do try to provide farm to table foods whenever we can. Unfortunately, there are some times when certain foods are just out of season or not easily obtained, and we do have to buy frozen occasionally, but we prefer the farm to market. It just tastes a whole lot better. So we believe that not only should we keep them fed physically, but we should also keep them fed spiritually and emotionally. So we have a calendar, we call it our Vitality Club, and every day there are a variety of different activities. It's a little bit slower right now because of COVID than normal, but as soon as we can start allowing people from the outside, we'll start rescheduling church groups from a variety of different denominations, volunteer groups to come in, and it may be something as simple as a sing-along, or it might be reading books with them, and we really try to get the community involved with the residents. Now, one of the really neat things that Elmcroft does is we have what's called Second Chance Dreams, and this is our gallery of dreams. And it's kind of a way to allow our residents to cross something off their bucket list. And so the residents or their family can submit something that the resident maybe has always wanted to do and just never has. And we try our best to make that happen. So one of my favorites, this young lady, she used to be a ballerina and she wanted to dance again. We worked with a local studio and she was able to go take some lessons. And I like it because both my daughters are dancers. And then, you never know what people are gonna want or what they've always wanted. This lady said she always wanted a tattoo. Now, we weren't able to get a real tattoo, but we were able to get a tattoo artist to come in and actually do an airbrush tattoo for her. And she showed that off to everybody until it finally wore away. But it's just something that allows our residents to do something maybe they've always wanted. We've actually got a gentleman that's waiting for all this COVID mess to clear up, and he wants to go skydiving. He's 94 years old and he wants to go skydiving, and we're going to do everything we can to make that happen. So the community is designed in a big square. It's, there's not a lot of winding corridors. The residents don't have to worry about, did they make a right turn or a wrong turn. Eventually they're going to get back to where they started, or they're going to come across a care staff or management staff that can help them find wherever they're looking for. So this is one of our models. As you walk in, there's the daily calendar, so the resident can always know what's going on. Let me back up here a little bit. There are 2 closets in this particular room, so there's plenty of storage space. This bed is a full-size bed, but a queen and even a king-size bed will fit really nicely in here and still have plenty of room for a chest or a dresser or nightstands, maybe a side chair, whatever the resident would like. And there's also a little alcove that can be set up in a variety of ways. We set this one up as kind of a little breakfast nook with a table. Some residents will do a recliner or maybe a love seat and kind of have it more of a living room area. It's really up to what they like and what their needs are. All the apartments have a kitchenette, So refrigerator, sink, counter space. They are allowed to have coffee makers, Keurigs, microwaves, whatever they would like, as long as they can safely use it. And there's not a need for it because we do provide 3 meals a day and snacks, etc. But some of the residents like to just enjoy a cup of coffee or maybe heat up a snack, at night and not have to get out of their room. So again, just makes it a little bit easier on them. The bathroom, I just want to show you a couple of safety things that we have done. So all of our showers have built-in shower chairs. So if a resident either is just tired or maybe they're not physically able to stand for long times, they can sit while they shower. It's got the adjustable shower wand and they can use that, or if they need assistance, then the care staff can use that to help clean the resident. And hopefully you can see it, but down here at the bottom, there's no big lip that the resident has to step over to get into the shower, so there's much less of a fall hazard. And we do that just to make sure, bathrooms tend to be a dangerous place, especially if they're trying to get in and out of a bathtub. That's why you don't see bathtubs typically in a senior living community. We do also have the pull cords in the bathroom, so if they were to need assistance or if they fell, they can pull that. We also give all the residents a pendant, and they can use it on their arm, like a bracelet, or they can do it around their neck, more like a necklace. And that way, no matter where they are in the community, they push that button and a care staff will come and locate them and see what we can do to help them. So that's the bedroom, or the bathroom. And we're just gonna go down the hall a little bit more. So we have a couple of alcoves. On the other side of the building, we have one that's more for the military and for those that have served. We call it our Texas alcove. So on one side, we have memorabilia from all the Houston sports teams. And then on the other side, it's got a little bit more of a Texas flair. But residents can come here and sit and chat and enjoy some of the natural light. We do have a skylight up there that lets in a lot of natural light, so that it just kind of improves some of the mental side of living here. We do allow home health and, if needed, hospice to provide services in our community. This is considered their home, so we can allow them to age in place. And one other thing I wanted to show you, actually a couple more things, but we have a system called Care Tracker. What this does is anytime we have an interaction with a resident, it is logged. So when we dispense medications, we log it. When we deliver meals, we log it. And then when we pick up the meals, we make notes. They ate all their food, they didn't eat much, or didn't touch it. Also, if we see a change physically, emotionally, cognitively in the resident, we can make note of it again and take action sooner rather than later, so that we don't have to wait until it requires a hospital visit or something like that. This is also a great tool. Management can leave notes for the care staff, and care staff can leave notes for the management team, so that we can monitor the residents and notice any changes. So I was saying that there are a couple more things. So a little area here where the residents will gather and do crossword puzzles and jigsaw puzzles, etc. And then there's also the new step. So for those that want to get a little bit of physical activity, they can come in here. I mentioned earlier when we were at the dining room about the port of call. Hi there, that's Kizzy. She's our training and development coordinator. She makes sure that we're all up to date on all of our knowledge that is required by the state. But on the new step device, what we do is we determine how far it is to whichever city, state, country is highlighted that month. And it's kind of a challenge for those that really want to get some exercise. We, determine how far away and how many steps they need to get to that community. Hi. And then I just wanted to introduce a couple of people. This is Lisa. She is our executive director.
Hello.
She actually, I think you were the first executive director here.
No, I was like the second.
The second, but a long time ago, and she came back, and
I was here 11 years, and Miss Janet here's been here 10.
Yep. Janice is our receptionist, and she's the first smiling face you see when you come into the building. And then, just real quickly, I'll introduce you to a couple more people. So,
Hello.
This is Stacy.
Hi. How are you?
And Joelle. Stacy is our resident services director, our nurse.
For the nurse.
And Joelle is our regional nurse, and they make sure that all of the residents' care needs are taken care of.
Absolutely. How are you?
Thank
nice to meet you.
And that is the grand tour of the community. Now we're back into my messy office. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. But again, if you have any questions, please give me a call and I'll be more than happy to answer them and provide whatever information you might need. So thank you very much.